I'm Paul Probst, the inventor of the BlindSight devices for dogs and horses. And this video is about activating your BlindSight-S. This is the smaller BlindSight that came out in May 2015 for dogs below 30 pounds down to around 10 or 11 pounds. I'm going to show you exactly how to activate it. It comes with batteries in it. We're going to do another video on how to replace the batteries. This is strictly to turn it on. This thing comes with batteries in it. It'll just take seconds to turn it on. So now we're going to come in close and take a look. When you get the BlindSight-S, this is how you're going to unpack it and get it out of the bubble wrap and stuff. This is what you're going to have. You're going to have the BlindSight unit itself with a little plastic tab hanging out. And you're going to have a bag, a couple pieces of paper. One is the usual warranty and disclaimer and stuff, and the other one is verbal instructions, written instructions on how to do this, I should say. It's probably just as easy to watch this if you have the facilities to do so. When you get the unit and you set the spare parts on the side, I'll get into that in just a moment, and you've got the BlindSight unit itself. To activate it, which just means just to turn this thing on, what you need to do is let the batteries make contact. This strip of plastic actually is preventing one end of the battery stack from making contact with the battery contact, so we'd have to pull it out of the way. To do that, all you need to do is loosen the 4 screws, a couple of turns, really. You don't have to remove the whole top. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but if you're going to remove the top, you should look at the battery replacement instructions or something like that, so you see how to properly put the back on, because you have to be careful. There's wires that can get pinched. So now we've got these loosened up. Okay, not quite loose enough. You shouldn't have to yank that thing out. It should slide out pretty easily. Okay, now I've got these removed. Okay, now it's out. I'll retighten the 4 screws. Now, one trick you'll hear mentioned in several of these videos is you can take Gorilla Tape or one of the newer high-strength tapes like that. I wouldn't advise regular duct tape, by the way. And put those over the screw heads in case you have a very active dog who really bounces this thing around a lot. It'll prevent the screws from maybe vibrating out. We provide, in the spare parts kit, we provide extra screws, so you're going to have them, but you know, it's better not to need them. Now, how do we know this thing's on? Real simple. Let me put it up to my ear. Okay, got a very faint tick every half second, so I know it's working. Okay, if you don't have the tick, then you're going to have to open it up and see why. But generally speaking, when you get this, all you have to do is pull a piece of plastic out, and you're good to go. And that is all there is to activating it. Now, the spare parts, let me mention this. In here, you'll see the rings that are on there. You see a pair of those, a pair of the smaller, depending on whether you got the larger or smaller rings shipped, there'll be a spare set of those and another size of rings, okay? These little metal brackets on the side, the clips, you're going to have those, the screws to nuts to mount, and washers to mount them with. There'll be a hex key, will either be in the bag or taped to it. This is used for the internal screws for these clips if you need to change the rings or anything. And this black thing here, there's 2 black pieces of neoprene in here. That's a complete liner set for the inside of this thing. The other BlindSight, the big one, uses a harder foam. This one's kind of soft, so we had the idea you might tear the foam, so we provide a complete liner for it. Basically, it should be everything you need to keep you going is in here. Now, if you get this and you put it on your dog and it's working, you can hear this thing ticking. Now, you're only going to hear it ticking if you put it right up to your ear. And it's a very faint tick. If you don't have very good hearing, you might want to have somebody else check to make sure it's running, because it's a very, very faint tick. If it's ticking like that and you have this on your dog for a month and you're not getting results, you can send it back to us and we'll refund your money, less $25 for our shipping, handling, etc., etc. But other than that, you get all your money back. Okay? Anyway, that's about it for activation of the BlindSight-S.